Kickstarter or crowdfunding, both terms get thrown around a lot, but what do they actually mean? Super short answer for you. Kickstarter is a platform where people raise money for projects. Crowdfunding means getting support from many people online for a new idea. With both, you usually see a large amount of payments from a large number of people, with each individual payment being fairly small. Now there's a lot to unpack there, of course. So in this video, I will give you examples of what people mean when they say Kickstarter or crowdfunding. That means giving you a clear definition and then talking about examples of crowdfunding and Kickstarter and other platforms like that. We'll finish off by talking about whether or not you should launch one. Oh, and before I forget, my name is Brandon. I'm here on behalf of Fulfillrite, a fulfillment center that has shipped for thousands of e-commerce and crowdfunding clients. More info on that in the description. That said, let's talk about examples of crowdfunding. Crowdfunding can be used for all sorts of projects, everything from tech gadgets to indie films. For example, someone might have an idea for a board game, so they put it on Kickstarter, or increasingly common these days, GameFound, and they make a campaign page and they ask people to back it. Other examples include people raising money for personal causes or charity projects. Platforms like Kickstarter and GoFundMe let people share their stories and gather backers. Even Patreon, which a lot of YouTube creators use to supplement their income from ad revenue and sponsors, is technically a crowdfunding platform too. The whole idea of crowdfunding is that you are building a community around an idea. The goal is to reach a funding target and then turn that idea into reality. So what is Kickstarter? Kickstarter is a crowdfunding platform where creators post their projects to raise money. They set a goal and a time limit, often around 30 days. Backers pledge money to support the project, and in return they receive rewards like early versions of the product or exclusive items. Now, if the goal is met, the funds are collected and the project moves forward, but if not, no money changes hands. It's called all or nothing funding. Now, Kickstarter is for creative projects, stuff like games and books and tech gadgets. It's a way for entrepreneurs to test ideas and support before fully launching. What other crowdfunding platforms are there though? Kickstarter's not the only platform. There's also Indiegogo, which allows for more flexibility and offers both fixed, all or nothing, and flexible, keep what you raise, funding. Now I mentioned GoFundMe earlier too. That one is popular for personal causes like medical bills and education. And Patreon lets folks get money through subscriptions for like artists and YouTubers, podcasters, and so on. Now I could keep listing platforms. You've got ones for equity, ones for real estate, some that are specific to niches like GameFound, which I name dropped earlier. That's almost exclusively board games. Each one's got a different vibe, so to speak, so ultimately, choosing the right one is going to depend on your goals and what you're selling. Should I launch a Kickstarter? A Kickstarter can be a great way to fund your idea, but it's not for everyone. It takes planning, a strong pitch, and good rewards to attract backers. A common misconception is that if you build it, they'll come, but that's not really true. You need to know your audience and how to market to them. The most successful campaigns tend to build huge audiences well before they launch. And that brings us to the other big thing that you want to consider here. Crowdfunding also requires time, preparing the campaign, promoting it, and keeping backers updated. In other words, you really have to commit. Kickstarter and other crowdfunding platforms are good at a lot of things. Testing products before a full launch, building upon an audience that you already have, getting media attention, you get the idea. But if you plan to launch one, just go in with open eyes. It's not going to be easy, but then again, few worthwhile business models are. So to sum it all up for you, Kickstarter is a specific platform for funding creative projects via crowdfunding. The concept of crowdfunding is basically raising large amounts of money from small donations or sales to a lot of different people. It can be a good way to launch a business, but it's not necessarily easy. Now, if you watch this video, you're probably still learning about how all this Kickstarter and crowdfunding stuff works. So I'd like to share some other videos with you as well to help you along your way. If you're crowdfunding, check out How to Ship Your Kickstarter, a crash course. Here's how you calculate Kickstarter shipping costs. Should you ship your own Kickstarter? And if you want to use a 3PL, but you want to make sure that you do it right, check out How to Find the Right Fulfillment Company. If you enjoyed this video, please take a moment to like and subscribe, and don't forget to slap some postage on that bell so that we can express ship new videos to you as soon as they drop. Now, last but not least, if you have any questions, please leave a comment down below. We'll answer as many of them as we can. Thanks for watching.